Color psychology is the study of colors and how they affect the human brain, how they affect the human perception, therefore affecting the outcome of the human behavior. So you see, most people do not realize the depth and level that colors play in the role of our lives. This is exactly why marketing firms study the effects of colors in their marketing plans and how it will affect sales. So colors in themselves hold great power. So that's exactly why colors can be used as brainwashing or mind control. A color speaks to you whether you realize it or not. Like at a stoplight, you know exactly what the different types of colors mean. Red, the color of blood or sacrifice and death, is used in a stop sign because if you didn't stop, you would definitely die. And it's the same exact thing in nature. All animals use color to some degree to communicate, and communication is sending a sign or a signal. And of course, colors play a very important role according to the seasons of the annual year. So the red hot summertime marks the time of the green springtime, when things are reborn and spring to life. And then the annual year starts to die in fall or autumn, just before the cold blue-white winter. The time of autumn marks the time of the orange. So the equinox or the equal oxes or the bi-bulls are the time of equal, the time that splits the annual season. It is the Star of David or the Star of Divide. Thus, Jacob, the Jack, is the anthropomorphic character of the annual season or the 12 houses. Thus, the 12 tribes of Israel. So the spring and the autumn time represent the time in the division of time or the separation of time, thus the purple. And you'll notice that the top green is spring and the bottom orange is autumn, which is exactly why the Joker has the colors of purple, orange, and green. So springtime is represented by the color green, and then autumn is represented by the color orange. Thus, Halloween or Samhain or Samhain is the color of orange or fall. And this marks the Celtic New Year. And of course, you will find the orange character of the Jack or the Jack-o'-lantern. And you'll notice the sunset colors have the color of purple and orange. So like I said, the Joker has the colors of green, orange, and purple, which are the same colors of springtime and autumn time. So now we're going to take a look at the mind control of the Monarch program along with the ultraviolet as well as the orange. So besides the Joker colors of purple and orange, you'll notice that these two colors are often used in Hollywood and in films and cartoons, etc. So the color purple can represent romance, evilness, and death, which is why the color is used for the Joker. And you'll notice that when you get a black eye or a bruise, it's really not black. The color of a bruise is none other than scarlet red or purple. So you see, this is why the military issues a Purple Heart along with the golden orange when a soldier has become injured in battle or even dies. And another thing, you'll notice that these colors of purple, orange, and green of the Joker or the Jack, the Jester, are also the colors used by a pimp, who is also playing the character of the Joker or the Jack. And it's interesting because the color purple is the color being used in the mind control and the ownership of a hooker, which is like a slave. So it's kind of like the slave owner. And then we have the purple door or the portal of the Christian movement called the Purple Door. It's a rock band with the ultraviolet lights of purple, thus the mind control. So in The Dark Knight Rises, we will find plenty of the ultraviolet purple, along with the scarlet red, and of course the color of orange. And you'll find the ultraviolet color of purple in prisons and jails, along with the color of orange. Just like the Arapahoe County Detention Center where James Holmes was taken. Why do you think the film The Color Purple is called The Color Purple? The reason is because of the bruises, because of the beatings, and her private parts that turned purple after the physical and sexual abuse. Thus, she even made her room purple. And this is the MK Ultra, which manipulates individual mental states with drugs, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, isolation, verbal and sexual abuse, and various forms of torture. And when we see the orange prisoners from The Dark Knight Rises, we can't help but think of Guantanamo Bay, with the scarlet purple doors, and of course, the orange prisoners. And of course, these prisoners' human rights are completely violated with the torture of mind control. You see, that's why they place these prisoners out in the hot sun, chained up on their knees with their heads down, listening to absolutely screaming loud music in their ears that they can't stop. It drove some of them so mad they literally banged their heads on the ground to try to stop it.
It is humane and appropriate and consistent with the Geneva Convention for the most part.
On his knees, facing this way. You're now the property of the U.S. Marine Corps. This is your final destination.
Keep your fucking head down!
You got something to say? Are you the fucking Brit? Fucking Brit traitor? Huh? Get on your knees! Get on your fucking knees!
So we have the evil mask along with the color orange, just like the Dark Knight conspiracy with the orange and of course the mask. You see, the mask is always related to the evil one, which is exactly why in The Dark Knight Rises we have Bane with the mask. So the mask is a symbol of evilness, which is why you will often find that the evil one is almost always dressed in the mask. And of course the Illuminati is represented by the evil mask, which is why their minions or their police officers and the military are often portrayed with the evil mask. And in case you have not been paying attention, you'll notice that the Illuminati or Hollywood will always portray the hero with the evil mask, the lone gunman, exactly like our superheroes, and of course our hero of Batman. And by the way, since we were talking about Guantanamo Bay and the color orange, I thought I would mention Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay, with plenty of the color orange, as well as purple, and of course, the one-eyed symbolism of the Illuminati. And you'll notice that the leader of the Knights Templar, the KKK, is always dressed in the color red or purple. And in the Stanley Kubrick Illuminati film called Eyes Wide Shut, you will find plenty of scarlet red and purple, and of course the evil masks, along with the leader, who is dressed in none other than scarlet red, and you'll notice that they are also dressed in the color purple. So why do you even think that the prisoners and slaves are dressed in the color of orange, like Harold and Kumar in Escape from Guantanamo Bay? And why do you think that they head to the land of Amsterdam, where the colors are scarlet red and purple? So remember I told you that the royal family is associated with the royal color of purple. You see, the royal family is actually related to the royal family of the House of Orange, the House of Orange-Nassau, the royal family of the Netherlands. And of course, this is where Amsterdam is, which is the House of Orange, and of course, the scarlet red and purple. That's correct, the royal Dutch family of the House of Orange, which was started by William, Prince of Orange. You see, you're not even aware that America was discovered and is owned by the Dutch royal family of the House of Orange of the Netherlands, which is why you'll recognize their flag of red, white, and blue. And that's exactly why our American flag is red, white, and blue. And the old flag from the royal house of the Dutch Orange-Nassau was none other than orange, white, and blue. And if you've been watching my videos for years, you'll know that in 2005, I am the one that discovered, and I've looked everywhere, and none of this information I'm about to tell you has been on the internet anywhere or on any news anywhere. You see, in 1609, the Dutch India Company, Henry Hudson, sailed into what's called today Manhattan, New York. It was the Manhattan, the new Amsterdam of the Netherlands, from the Dutch. You see, Manhattan, where the New York World Trade Center stood, it was the very place that Henry Hudson sailed into on September 11th in 1609. And the Dutch established the first World Trade Center there in 1613. So you see, 9/11 or September 11th was not a surprise attack by some Arab nation. No, it was a ritualistic, sacrificial celebration of when those towers, or should I say Manhattan, and the World Trade Center was actually founded on September 11th in 1609. So perhaps now you'll understand why the House of Orange used their mind control victim in orange with the symbolism of 9/11 with the car he used, which was 119. So now get this. You know, in my past videos I say that 9/11 is actually 7/11, or the 7/11. You see, September, or the sept, means 7. So it's really 7/11, not 9/11. September is the 9th month that used to be the 7th month. You see, September is the autumn equinox, the opposite of the vernal or spring equinox. You see, July is now the 7th month. You see, September is the beginning of fall, the autumn equinox. Thus, September is the beginning of the harvest months, or the ember months. So remember, the Dark Knight was released on July 20th. You see, July is the 7th month, and the 20th, the 20, the 0 is obsolete, so it's just the 2. The 2 represents 2 ones. Thus we have, once again, 7/11. So you see, this is exactly why the Illuminati film The Dark Knight Rises shows you the burning city that is attacked, thus Gotham City, thus New York, which shows you the burning towers that are attacked and explode on fire, just like the attacks on September 11th. And the Batman burning logo looks exactly like the attacks from the airplane that went through the towers.